you've taken some steps to going a long way, converting the product range over. How did you mentally, how did you justify the investment in the printers? Was there something they had to do, or was it just with you? Was it gut feel?
I think for us as a business, it was more about really simplifying that supply chain. I mean, we spoke about this many times, but if you think about when you go to source a part, it'll be a phone call to the supplier. It'll be, you've got to find out what the latest price is. You've then got to come to some agreement over quantity and volume. So you've then got to look at how long is that volume going to be in my stores. How long is it then going to take me to get those parts? In like 4 weeks, 6 weeks, is that being produced in the UK? One of the things that's really key to us as a design and manufacturing business is that we're British based. And so using UK suppliers for us is really important. And so we've always tried to source parts in the UK. Where we can't, we have to come from overseas, they do. But you've then got that process of waiting for those parts to come, and then when they come in, you've got to put all that stock in. You've then got to quality check it. You've then got to, as I said, raise the invoice. When you look at the whole process, that's one part. When you're dealing with 90 suppliers, wouldn't it be great, or this is what we said to ourselves, wouldn't it be great if you could say on Monday, I want to produce 20 machines. Yeah. What if I could print all of those parts Monday night and Tuesday start building? Now, we know that you can't do that for the whole of the machine. But if you can do that for a range of parts, you're suddenly not sat on the stock. They don't require any kind of management. What I mean by that is that they don't need sick pay, they don't need holiday. They will work 24/7. So you literally can say, okay, tomorrow morning I want to walk into these 20 parts. Because typically we will build in batches of 15 or 20 machines as a production line. So you want 20 filters, or you want 20 door catches, or you want 40 or something. To set those printers running and then have them the next day, means that you're carrying them into production. Where you're trying to arrange a whole range of parts to come in, that takes time, effort, resource, and the true cost of the part isn't a reflection of the amount of effort or time that's gone into it. So we haven't by any means sat down and done a time and motion study, but my time is precious, and so any of that time you have to spend doing something that, I'm not saying that buying parts doesn't benefit the business, but if you can press a button to get the same 20 parts rather than have to make 100 phone calls and send emails, etc., then why not? So for us, that was the real driving force. Really, how can you be in control without building a CNC shop, a rotational molding factory, and all those kind of things where you're ultimately in control? How can you use technology? It also presents for us a whole heap of other opportunities. So we distribute to other countries. So, as a concept, what if I give my distributor an island for 3D printer and only wants a part, I just print it. I haven't suddenly got to send it. I haven't got to worry about import, export, all that kind of stuff. So it opens up a whole range of other opportunities. We sell, for example, a lot of airlacs in Australia. Well, that's a real problem. Shipping airlacs, you ship one or two, it's very expensive. If you want it to be cheap, you've suddenly got to do it in container loads. And on some things, you can be shipping fresh air. You take a wash tank, for example, and you are literally shipping, a bucket of fresh air. So if you can reduce the amount of parts you want to ship, what then happens if you can print the other half? So what if I send them a 3D printer and say, okay, you attach them to this and this. So you've got to change the way you think as a business. How can this actually benefit the business more than just cost?
Okay.
Because you can't just say, okay, this is going to cost me this to produce the part. That isn't the true business benefit, if that makes sense.
It's interesting. There's also a great big debate about if you send a software file, there's no import duties if you send a software file to somebody, where there may well be on parts for machines. So I think it's a big old topic, and I'm sure they'll tie that loophole up soon.
I'm sure
Could you? They will, yes.